getting in touch with the label industry pertaining to shows that J&H Production will be giving indoors and outdoors in the stadiums and the coliseums in the city pertaining to Cincinnati, the beginning of the tour that he will be going on throughout all cities. I would like the label industry to get with J&H Production as for its contracts pertaining to Cincinnati beginning the tour and show that he will go on for the label industry. J&H Production will sign a contract with the label industry pertaining to shows city to city that will be given under him and the label industry. J&H Production will sign a contract with the label industry pertaining to shows city to city that will be given under him and the label industry. I hope the label industry can contact J&H Productions back from the listing that he has on the paper pertaining to these contracts between the label company and J&H Productions. I would like for a response to J&H Productions pertaining to these shows that will be giving inside and outside as far as the coliseums that he gave you a picture of on the paper. And he would like for J&H Productions and the labels to give shows together in these places. J&H Production will give the label a percentage of J&H Production or a percent of the gate, either one, because J&H Productions is getting ready to do shows, and J&H Productions would like to hook up with the label industry pertaining to shows. I would look from the label industry a response pertaining to these shows that J&H Production is going to give, and J&H Production will begin the shows under the label that contacts him pertaining to these cities and stars and the label and the filming and everything pertaining to shows under the label that he is getting ready to go under for these shows. I hope that the label can get back in touch with me at this address pertaining to a contract and these coliseums and stadiums that J&H Production is going to do shows in as for city to city. I hope that the label can contact me, J&H Productions, pertaining to a contract. I will wait to hear from you as far as Warner Brothers pertaining to J&H Productions and the shows that he will give in the coliseums and the stadiums. I am enclosing a picture from the Cincinnati as far as the coliseum and the stadium right next to it, and I will like for you to do the shows with J&H Productions pertaining to Cincinnati and other cities. I will look for a response pertaining to the coliseums and J&H Productions International as far as through the city and with the city of Cincinnati pertaining to shows. I hope you can contact me about the contracts pertaining to these shows. I am getting ready to sign off and will wait for a response back from you pertaining to these shows in the stadiums and the coliseums pertaining to indoors and outdoors events that I will hook up with you to do these shows. I will wait for a response from you pertaining to this. Thank you, and have a good morning or a good afternoon pertaining to hearing this tape from J&H Productions International. I will be waiting to hear from you. Thank you. P.S. This was a tape to Motown, Warner Brothers, and Capitol to let them know where J&H Productions will be giving his shows. And after I sent it out, I got a response back from the cavalcade of stars under Warner Brothers. They had sent me a brochure of the agency that have all of their stars. This is some of the stars. Dolly Parton, the Oak Ridge Boys, Kenny Rogers. It's just stars after stars after stars that they have sent me from this agency under Warner Brothers pertaining to the shows. I am sending you this to let you know that I want your agency to pertaining to these shows that I am going to give in all coliseums and all stadiums from city to city. J&H Productions will wait to hear from you with a delegate from your business as far as the corporate heads of your business pertaining to setting up a contract and talking money pertaining to getting these stars and putting them to work. J&H Productions would like to know what it would take to get the stars together under your agency and put them to work with the other stars in other agencies under the greatest show ever gave in the stadiums and coliseums. J&H Productions have a letter from Quincy Jones. All the major stars, Grammy winners, is writing J&H Productions for J&H Productions to put them under the greatest show ever gave. I hope that your company can send a delegate or send someone in one of the shows when they're coming through Cincinnati to get in touch with J&H Productions at 3562 Vista Avenue, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45208. And I hope that when I get in touch with them, they can come to Cincinnati in a show, send me some tickets, and I will come down and talk to them pertaining to what it takes and the contract it takes for me to take your stars and put them in these coliseums and stadiums. J&H Productions would like to set up a contract with you under your agency. If we can do this, then J&H Productions will be a help to your organization and will be affiliating with all other organizations that have Grammy winners and stars pertaining to the shows that J&H Production is going to give. J&H Productions is going to be the #1 show out there on the road pertaining to all stars. All stars and events that will be given in coliseums and stadiums and filmed under Warner Brothers, Motown, and Capitol as far as stars, and stars coming in as far as telethons from Las Vegas. Showtime will be the cavalcade of stars and the comics and all types of shows given in these big arenas. I hope that I can hear a respond back from you pertaining to this tape, explaining as far as the contracts, and having someone come or send someone with a show and giving me tickets to come to talk to them pertaining to a contract pertaining to these stars. I hope that I can get together with you and let's get the ball game on the road, because the stars that you showed me is the type of stars that I want as for us to set up under this show. I want the stars that's going to be in the Coliseum, that's going to make the people sway and rock and clap their hands to the beat and get up and dance in an area that will be big enough for them to do it in. My shows will be the dynamic shows ever being gave. And I hope that your agency is another one of the agencies under Cavalcade of Stars that J&H Production is going to put on. I will be waiting and looking for the tickets or the delegate that you send me to talk to me about signing under the contract pertaining to the Cavalcade of Stars in the Coliseums and the stadium and the coast-to-coast touring and abroad. Thank you from the proprietor of J&H Productions signing off to you morning, noon, or night prior to you hearing this tape. I will be waiting to hear from you. Thank you.